Hi, it's Mitch from Reverse Mortgage Pros, and in this video, I'm going to explain the detail behind the 4.99% promotional rate that was just launched in September of 2025. Let's get started. Now, if you're new to my channel, my videos, I offer free professional help with your reverse mortgage decision. Hit the subscribe button just below this video and the like button to get other videos like this and help you decide if a reverse mortgage is right for you and your family and your situation. Now, an overview of this video, there's been the launch of a special promotional rate only available for a limited time. It's a 1-year fixed rate at 4.99%. In this video, I'm going to explain the details behind the offer, any important considerations, any catches, any costs, everything you should know to decide if this is a good idea for you. And I'll also answer the most important question that I'm sure you have and that you should want to know the answer to, which is what happens when the 1-year promotional rate expires. Before I get to that, as I do at the start of every video, I'm going to explain what is a reverse mortgage in 20 seconds. It's a mortgage for homeowners 55 and over that doesn't require any repayments. You can get 10 to 55% of your home's value depending on your age, property type, and location. You can take as much of that as you want, but any existing mortgage must be paid off first using the funds. It's designed to help you tap into your home equity for retirement and to continue to live in your home forever. Now, this 4.99% promo rate is only available for a limited time, and that is until October 10th, 2025. So if you're watching this video after this date, then I'm sorry, you're too late. You've already missed out on this promotion. But the good news is you don't need to watch the rest of the video because it's not going to apply to you. Now, it's only on a 1-year term, so you only get this rate for 1 year, and I'll discuss what happens after that further into the video. But the idea is that you can take this promotional rate just now, then in 1 year's time, should rates continue to fall, you might actually get a better rate in 1 year's time than you can get right now anyway, which is what most economists are predicting right now. It's only for new customers. So if you do have an existing reverse mortgage, you can't get it with your current lender, but you could switch to a different lender and get this promotional rate. There would be additional costs and penalties payable in switching your reverse mortgage, but it might still be worth it. If you shoot me a message, I can run the numbers and see if they work for you. In addition to this, only certain towns and cities in Canada are included in the promotion, mainly bigger towns and cities. It's not really available for rural properties right now. So here are some of the positive features of the promotion. 4.99 is an unbelievable rate. It's closer to a rate that you'd get on a regular mortgage, never mind a reverse mortgage. 1 year buys you enough time to wait for rates to fall further to decide what you want to do if you're on the fence about what you want to do with your house in the long run. And all the economists are currently predicting, although there are some saying that rates may not fall, so I'll talk about that a little bit later, that rates should fall into next year. It's 1.5% better than what rates are right now, actually closer to 1.6% better than what rates are right now. And all the major lenders are currently running it. But that means that choosing the right lender is going to be very important. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because that's probably the biggest and most important thing that you need to take from this video. So some important considerations that you need to think about. It's just a 1 year term, so you do need to plan what's going to happen at the end of 1 year. And again, I'm going to discuss that in this video. Once you take out a reverse mortgage, the likelihood is you're going to keep it. They're not a great product for short-term funds, and the penalties in the first 3 years are quite high. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this as a short-term solution unless you think that it's going to work out for you. The rate only applies to the initial amount you take during this promotion on the promotional period. If you took more money in future, it's going to be at a higher rate. So it's a one-time option for the amount you take at the start only. That's important. You can't join this promotion and in 6 months' time take more money at 4.9%. It's a one-time offer. That's something important and that you need to think about. And then the most important consideration is what happens at the end of 1 year. So at the end of the 1 year promotional rate, there are two options for you. You can renew the reverse mortgage, which will automatically renew whether you want to or not, or you pay it off, either completely paying it off, moving it to a different lender, maybe selling your home to pay it off, whatever method you use to pay it off. Now, it's important to note that reverse mortgage penalties work very differently to regular mortgages, and there will still be a penalty payable if you break the mortgage and pay it off at the end of 1 year. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail and I'll discuss both these options in detail. Starting with option one, which I think will be the most common option and is what you probably should be looking to do, is renew the reverse mortgage at the end of 1 year. So what's going to happen is at the end of 1 year, the renewal rate you're going to be offered, the interest rate, will contain a premium over the market rates available. That's premium is just an amount on top of the rate. You won't be able to renew into the lowest market rates available in 1 year's time. And lender premiums vary. They can be 0.3% to over 1%. So choosing the right lender is very important. You do not want to sign a 1 year deal with a lender who in a year's time is going to charge you 1.5% over market rates as a premium to renew with them. So the likelihood right now is that even with this premium, you might still get a better rate next year than you will right now. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in the next slides. But it makes it extremely important, as I said, that you know what the premium the lender is going to charge on renewal. You don't want to get hit with a rate that's 1% higher. So my advice is to talk to a professional who's aware of what the lender premiums are before you choose your lender to take out this offer. Now, here's some renewal rates and scenarios for you, just to kind of put some numbers to what I'm saying. So the best rate on a reverse mortgage right now is 6.59%, and the best renewal premium is 0.3%. So if rates don't change at all, in a year's time, the best rate is still 6.59%, you would be offered a rate of 6.89% because you're going to pay a 0.3% premium on renewal. However, the World Government Bonds forecast is predicting that fixed rates, and that is basically bond rates, will fall by around 0.5% from where they are right now in 1 year's time. So if fixed rates were to fall by 0.5% by this time next year, that would put the market reverse mortgage rate at 6.09%. Now you still have to pay a renewal premium, but even with the renewal premium added on, you'd be offered a rate of 6.39%, which is lower than the current best fixed rates for reverse mortgages. And this is probably your best case scenario. And the kind of dream scenario for you is that you get this 4.99% offer for 1 year, and then in a year's time, you get a rate that's lower anyway when you renew. But it is important to note that rates could stay the same and it can even go up. So it's up to you if this is something you want to do, or if you maybe just feel safer just locking in the current best rate, which is 6.59%, which isn't the worst idea in the world. But it's really up to you. My recommendation and my view is that rates will go down in the next year, given what's happening to the Canadian economy, and that there's a very good chance you'll be able to renew into a better rate. And the other option you have is in a year's time, you could switch to a different lender and then you can get the market rates available. But in that situation, you're technically breaking the reverse mortgage and a penalty is going to be available. So let's talk a little bit about that. So if you break the reverse mortgage, either by paying it off or moving it to a different lender, a penalty will be payable. And the penalties, again, vary by lender and lender. And the penalties are even bigger than the renewal premium. So you have to know what your lender penalty is before you sign a 1 year deal with them. There's a lender that has a penalty of 5% if you repay in the first year reverse mortgage. So you have to be super careful that you don't get caught with these hidden costs and fees down the line on this 1 year deal. Again, talk to a professional. You can reach out to me and I can recommend the right lender for you if this is what you're planning on doing in particular. Now, another common question is, are there any other hidden costs and fees to this promotion? The good news is that all the other reverse mortgage costs and fees you'll pay are exactly the same as with any other reverse mortgage deal. They're not hiding any costs and fees anywhere else that I've seen so far. If they do, I'll absolutely make sure and let you know. All the costs and fees I'm seeing are standard and in line with what the lenders have been charging for years. So there's some good news there, because they could run this promotion and then secretly just tack their fees on, increase their fees elsewhere, and then you don't even get any savings. But I'll keep my eye on that, and as of right now, all the costs and fees and everything else are exactly the same. So the question probably going through your head is, should you take this? Should you get this? And here's how I think about it in my recommendation. If you've been on the fence about reverse mortgage and you're waiting on rates to come down, then this is an excellent offer. You're probably never going to see reverse mortgage rates as low unless something really bad happens to the Canadian economy. The likelihood is pretty low, so I'd say it's an excellent offer. But the one thing I would say again is that lender selection is extremely important, so you don't get stuck with huge hidden costs, either renewal premiums or penalties in 1 year time. So be very careful about which lender you take if you're going to take this 1 year deal, but it is, in my opinion, a really good deal for most people out there who are on the fence about a reverse mortgage. And so I'm going to produce a little summary of everything that I've said in this presentation, and I'll maybe email this summary around to you as well so that you have it in writing. So here's how the 4.99% promotional rate works. You get the 4.99% rate for 1 year. After this, you'll be renewed into a rate which is likely higher than this and with a premium above the market rates at the time. If you break the reverse mortgage at the end of the 1 year promotion, penalties are still payable. The reverse mortgage penalties work differently to regular mortgage penalties. They're not based on the term like a regular mortgage is. Both the renewal premium and the penalties vary massively by lender. So it is extremely important you know what these numbers are and you think about them and you are careful with your lender selection so you don't get hit with these costs being too high in a year's time. And then finally, my opinion on the offer is that it is an excellent offer for anyone who's waiting for rates to come down, but would really like to get access to the funds now, can relieve some of their financial stress finally, and finally put in a retirement plan in place that solves their financial problems and relieves all the burden and stress that you've been feeling. So if you are interested in this, I offer a free professional reverse mortgage assessment. I can advise you as to the penalties, the renewal rates, and which is the best lender for your situation to take advantage of this promotional rate. All it takes is 90 seconds. You can click the link in the video notes or go to reversemortgagepros.ca/assessment. That's reversemortgagepros.ca/assessment. And then as part of that, I'll send you a lender comparison table where I'll outline all the options available to you and show you all the penalties and renewal rates and everything you need to know to decide which one is the right lender for you. If you have any questions or comments with regards to this promotional rate or anything related to reverse mortgages, I answer every single comment that's posted on my videos personally. So it might take me a day or two, but I'll definitely get back to you. Just leave them below the video or you can email me if you have any more questions. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this information useful and helps you decide if this 4.99% promotional rate is a good option for you.